Okay, hello everyone. Welcome you all to the virtual school. Before starting ahead, I would like to tell you if you are new to my channel, kindly like, share, and subscribe the content. It really motivates me to put up more good stuff for you. Okay, so today we will be taking up the topics like string and the list, which is probably the second last video as far as the theoretical concepts are concerned. Okay, our discussion won't just be limited to the class 12 CBSE course. It would extend a bit. Basically, I would be telling you what I think about the strings and the list and how I use it, and also would be giving you insights in this topic. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what is a string? Uh, like our English alphabets are the basic building blocks of any sentences, isn't it? Okay, all the letters like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, up till Z, all of these makes up a particular sentence in itself. Okay, so when you join these characters, you form a string. Okay, so that's the basic definition of a string. Okay, and when this string is formed in the computer language, this string is just not one complete instance in itself. Okay, each character has an index. Okay, like suppose if I write Python, okay, then P is at 0th index, Y is at 1 index, and T is at second index. Okay, similarly up till N. Okay, so this so what it is actually is these are indexed in an ordered way. Okay, that is 0 1 2 3. That's how you pronounce it. If it is not indexed, then you might end up looking Python like instead of Python, you might look it like Ponthy, something like that. Okay, but that's not the case. That's why they are ordered, they are indexed. Okay, they are in a specific order. That's why a particular word is formed. Okay, now for extracting, now there are certain set of operations that can be performed on a string. Now, the most important fact about a string is that it is immutable. That is, when you define a string, then you can't change any particular character or any set of characters within a string. Okay, that is they are immutable. That is, you can't change it anyhow. Okay, now the next important fact about this string is if you need to define a string, you need to put it either in single quotes or in double quotes or in triple quotes. But if you put a string in triple quotes, that string is known as the comment. Okay, which we have discussed 2 lectures back. Kindly refer to that video. Okay, and you will get a idea about what the triple quotes and what the comment is. Okay, so the key points to take care is strings are immutable. Okay, strings are indexed and ordered for each character. Okay, and they are declared by using single quotes and double quotes. Okay, these are the most important points about the strings. Okay, now we will see the set of operations that we can perform on string. Okay, these are concatenation, that is we can add two strings. Now suppose you have car and you have beautiful and car. Okay, you have these two different strings. Okay, so you can add them up. You can concatenate them means if you add both these strings, it will become beautiful car or car beautiful in any order that you want. Okay, now repetition is done by the multiply sign or the asterisk sign. Okay, now suppose you want a certain string to be repeated many times. Okay, like suppose you want to repeat ooh la la 3 times. Okay, so what you will write is ooh la la into 3 times. So 3 times ooh la la would be printed. Okay, that's quite a funny example that I take. Now if you take in operator, the in operator basically checks the membership of a substring within a string. Okay, that is whether a particular substring is contained in a string or not, that is whether it is in the string or not. Okay, similarly not in is just the reverse of that operation. Okay, that whether this letter is not in the particular string. Now suppose if I say if I take an example. Okay, like if I take pen. Okay, and if I ask you pe, whether pe is in the string or not. you would say yes. Okay, so the in operator will give true result. And if I say xy not in pen, okay, so what does that mean? Whether xy is lying in the word pen, in the string pen or not? Yes, it is true. Or now taking taking a counter example. Now suppose if I take e not in pen, so this will give false. Why? Because e is actually a part of the string pen. Okay, so that's how the operations are performed. Now similarly, the range operator. Now suppose if you want to iterate over a string, okay, then you can use the range operator where you give the start index, the stop index, and the steps. Steps are obviously the optional. By default they are taken as 1. Okay, so you can provide this and you can iterate over the each of the index of the string, and you can extract the characters and perform various other operations according to your need. Okay, similarly slice is used for taking a substring from a string. Okay, suppose you have a large letter. Suppose you have let's take like world is beautiful. Okay, like world is beautiful, and you want to extract the letter world. Okay, so the letter world is made of how many letters? 5 letters. Okay, so what you will provide is the start index and the end index. Okay, the start index would be 0 and the end index would be 6. Why? Because we don't have to include the 6th index, so the word would be extracted. Okay, so similarly all these operations are performed. Now the examples related to that I just discussed are given. You can read them, you can go through them, and can understand and can just revise all the things again and again. Okay, similarly string has certain methods like len. You can use to calculate the length of the string. You can capitalize. All of these operations would be used in the exercise of this chapter, so I won't be focusing much on it just now. Okay, I'm just giving you a gist about it. Just keep it for now, and later on we will use as we will use it, I will discuss each and every operation. Okay, so all these examples are given, you can go through them. Okay, now coming over to the list part. Okay, now as you have noted in the strings that these strings are immutable. Okay, and they are defined, they are declared by double quotes and single quotes. Okay, you can't change any characters. Okay, similarly the list is also a sequence of characters. It's also actually indexed and ordered. Okay, keep noting all these points. Okay, because these are the important points. Okay, list is just like string, and it has a sequence of characters or sequence of values. Sorry, not sequence of characters, the sequence of values. Okay, these values are in ordered because the list is an ordered data type. Okay, and the list is denoted by the square brackets, and the most important property of the list is that it is mutable. That is, you can change the values within a list. Okay, the strings were immutable, but the lists are mutable. That is, they can be modified. Okay, note it down very clearly because these difference questions are asked in board examination every now and then. Okay, now you can take the slices of a list as you want, like suppose the example is the start, stop, and the step. Okay, then you can extract a certain part of the list, okay, and form a new list. Okay, so all these operations are discussed below, but the key point, the key differences must be noted down by you. And the important facts about the list, let's go through it once again. It has a sequence of values, it is ordered. Okay, it is mutable, it is denoted by the square brackets. Okay, and you can perform various operations on it. Okay, like for example slice method can be used to extract a particular part of a list. Okay, append can be used to append more values to a list. Okay, you can extend it by adding two lists. Okay, basically adding one list at the end of the other list. Okay, and you can pop out an element from a list, you can delete, and various others. Okay, just perform them on the ideally and you would get a better grasp of that. Okay, so similarly, if now the important point that is to be noted, because this can be asked as a true and false question. The operator plus and into, that is the multiplication operator and the addition operator, can also be applied to a list. The now the main thing comes, how would the two lists be added? So basically they would be concatenated. Okay, like you used to concatenate the strings, similarly the two lists would be concatenated to each other. Okay, it's just like the appending operator. And the multiplication is if you have to repeat a list. Okay, that is if you want to repeat a list multiple times, so you can like it's just like concatenating multiple times. Okay, so that's how you can perform the multiplication operator and the addition operator. Like for example, here the list is 10, 20 and 30, and the M list is 40 and 50, and if we add both of them, the resultant list contains all the elements. Similarly, if we have M and we multiply it 3 times, so the elements of M are repeated by 3 times and a new list is formed. Okay, so so this concludes our discussion over the strings and the list. In the next lecture, I would be taking up the dictionaries and I would be discussing it and would be giving you the key points about the dictionaries. You need to note them down because they are most important ones, because these are the most important topics of the unit 1, and basically these are the building blocks of the upcoming chapters or the upcoming challenges that we would be facing. Okay, and in the next lecture we would be discussing the dictionaries and the tuples. That would be the last lecture by default by the course. Okay, and after that our chapter 1 would be completed. Okay, thank you. If you liked our content, kindly like, share and subscribe us so that we get motivated and we can provide you more informative videos on the same subject.